officially being recorded now. So get out your, if you printed out your study guide, that would be helpful. I don't know if everyone printed it out, but I printed one out so that I would have it. So we're going to start, we're just going to start with number 1, work our way down. Some of these problems are rather hard, so it's a good thing we're doing this. I forgot that I said I was going to write a test by hand, so I didn't. I should have. But since we're doing them together, I'm hopeful. Okay, the first problem on the test is a coin problem. So let's see if we can get them. This is just like the one on the test. So if you get this one, then you'll probably be able to get other ones. So here we go. This is from lesson 83, number 1. So this is really question 1 on the study guide. All right, the problem says 83-1. Heidi and Micah have 51 nickels and dimes. If the value of the coins is $4.10, how many coins of each type were there? Okay, I'm going to need my calculator for this guy. Okay, so we have dimes and nickels. The total number of dimes and nickels were 51. So the number of nickels plus the number of dimes equals 51. That has nothing to do with how much each coin is worth. That's just the total number of coins. The next one, the value of the coins was $4.10. So we just take our decimal points, we move them the whole way over, the whole way through. So a nickel is worth 5, a dime is worth 10, and the total value is $4.10, and we move our decimal point over, so we get 410. Now, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, how you feel about that, just setting those up. Or whatever symbol. I have like the new improved version of this. I'm not using the classic view. Okay, so make sure you understand this one has, this is your value guy. It has to do with dollars. And that's why we're using 5 for the nickels, 10 for the dimes, and this is just number of coins. Number of coins. There's nothing fancy about this problem. It's not going to say 4 more nickels than dimes or anything like that. It's just going to be classic. Okay. This is like a double problem, so now we have to solve it. So I'm going to multiply the top by -10. Now you could do it by -5. I was just trying to, I think it's easier to multiply by 10 than 5. So that's why I chose that. The reason I did -10 is so that this column will eliminate. So we get -10, number of nickels, minus 10, number of dimes, equals -510. So you get 5, number of nickels, plus 10, number of dimes. Be writing this down because I'm still going to give you 5 extra credit points if you do this, and we're doing it now. You just get credit points just for being here today. So if you eliminate the column, you get -5, number of nickels. This column is eliminated, and we get, wow, that really worked out that well. And so we get number of nickels equals 20. I didn't even need a calculator for that guy. Okay, so we're just subtracting 410 from 510, which is 100, but there's more negatives, so it's 200. And then we have to figure out, that is totally can't be right. It's 20. 20, yes, I can do these without calculators. So then we have to take, we have to subtract 51 minus 20, and we get 31. We put it up here. So the number of nickels is 20, plus what gives you 51? It's going to be 31. So the number of dimes equals 31. All right, that's your typical coin problem. That's going to be the first one that you encounter when you take the test. And it's very straightforward. Okay, nothing tricky about that one. Hopefully everyone gets that one right. We have more problems coming up. At least there's one easy one. Feel free to talk if you want to. Okay, number 2 on there. We're going to be all over your book. It took me forever to find problems that matched up. So, lesson 74. Because I was trying to get you the best match possible, the one that matched closest to the type of problem. So, 74, number 2. Now, this is an even. So, the problem with that is you don't have the answers to the evens. So that's another reason we're doing this in class. So 74. I couldn't find a perfect match for this one, but this is as close as I can get. All right, 74 number 2. This is on the test. It's going to be an earn problem. Is it an earn problem here? Yeah, 74. So you're just going to have to bear with me today. I feel like I'm talking into the air. I like when you guys talk. It's much more fun. Okay, 74 number 2. An urn contains 7 gold coins and 6 silver coins. 2 coins are drawn at random. What is the probability that both coins are gold if the coins are drawn without replacement? All right, so we have an urn, 7 gold coins, 6 silver coins. We're going to draw a coin out of there. What's the probability that it's gold? Well, let me just write this up. We have 7 gold. Hopefully this is like the one on test. 6 silver. All right, so how many total coins are there? There are 13 total coins. So if we're going to pull out a gold coin, it's going to be 7 out of 13. Now we took a coin out because it says without replacement. So that means there's going to be 12 left. All right, do you see how if you don't replace it, it's still going to be 12? I might have to switch this problem up to make it match the test one a little bit better. All right, now we have to pick out another one. Hold on a second. Okay, now it says, now we want to pick out another gold coin. Well, if we picked out 1 gold coin, that means there's 1 less gold coin as well. So it's going to look like that. And we can cross this out and make it 1/2. And we get 7 over 26 is the answer to that guy. Now, this one was without replacement. Is that what it says? Without replacement. Without replacement. On the test, it says you have these marbles in an urn. So he chooses 1 marble randomly and then another randomly. If he replaces it, so let's say we replace it. So when we go to pull the gold coin out, it's going to be 7 over 13. We replace it. So that means we put it back, so it's still going to be 7 out of 13 the second time. So this is with replacement. It's going to be exactly the same. Do you guys have a question on that? Without replacement, you have to take this down 1 and this down 1. If you, with replacement, you still have 13. If you put it back, you still have 13, so you still have 7 chances to get it back. So you just multiply this, 49 over 169. All right, number 3. I don't want to belabor these too much. Okay, average problems, this is a third problem. Average problems, I think, could give you a little bit of a hard time. So pay attention to this one. I'm going to try to get this done in an hour today. Lesson 88, number 6. So find that in your book. Please turn your mic on if you have a question. Don't think you have to be silent the whole class. 88, number 6. So this is just like the average problem on the test, except it has different numbers, pretty much. It's the same thing. Okay, it says the sum of 4 numbers is 396.80. The first 2 numbers are 96.8 and 100.1. Find the average of the 4 numbers. Okay, you know average problems. You take and you divide by the total number, your scores, and then it's equal to the average. Well, this one is a little bit different. Well, it says the sum of 4 numbers is 396. So it's not telling you what you have to find the average. So that's what we're trying to find over here, the average. This would be the average. Let me just make sure this is exactly like the one on the test. Yep. So, okay. So we have 2 of the numbers. You don't even need to worry about those 2 numbers if you think about it. It says the first 2 numbers are 96.8. The next one is 100.1. And then there's 2 more. There's x1 and there's x2. What tells you the sum of all the numbers is going to be 396.8. So we don't really need to know what these 2 numbers are right here because we know the sum of all these numbers is 396.8. So basically all you have to do in this problem is take 390, I thought the problem was going to be harder than this. You're just going to take 396.8 and divide it by 4, and you get 99.2. That's also an even problem because I couldn't find any odd problems that fit that exactly. So let me just check my answer. Hate to do a problem and get the wrong answer. 88, number 6. Yes, 99.2. So how did you guys feel about that? Thumbs up, thumbs down. What are you thinking? Is anybody still here? Okay. All right, so they're going to give you the sum of the 4 numbers. So you just take the sum of the 4 numbers and divide it by 4 and you get your average. This is actually a super simple problem. I hope no one misses this one. Okay, Leah, are you there? Darren, I haven't seen any thumbs up from you guys or anything. Okay, Darren. Oh, look who joined us. Katura is in the class now. Okay, welcome Katura. Oops. Well, I thought she joined us, but I don't see her anymore. All right, number 4. I had to make this one up because there were none. I couldn't find any in your whole book, which is a little bit scary. Yeah, I'm sure it was in there, but I just got tired of looking. So I made this problem up to mirror the one on the test. Hi, Katura. I'll turn your microphone on if you want to ask a question. So what I want you to do, Katura, is silence your microphone yourself whenever it loads, and then if you have a question, unsilence yourself. Okay, this is a percent discount problem. So I have here that a dress is reduced 15% to sell for $17. What was the original price? Okay, this one's a little tricky. So we're going to let X equal the original price. But if you can understand this one, you'll be able to get the one on the test because it's almost the same thing. Original price. Okay, so hold on, I lost myself. There we go. X is the original price, so a dress is reduced by 15%. So we start with the original price. So you bought a dress, this is the original price, and then they reduce it. Now they're reducing it 15%, but they're not just subtracting 0.15. They're taking 15% of the original price. These percent discount problems, you start with the original price and then you subtract off 15% of the original price. And it says, what was the original price? So this is how they're going to sell it for $17. Okay, Katura, go ahead and silence your mic. Your house gets really noisy too. When Reese is in class, sometimes we can hear everything going on in your house. Okay, so you have the original price and you're subtracting off 15% of the original price. So this is the original price. We're subtracting off 15% of original price. And that's going to equal the sale price. So this is a 1 in front of here, so you're going to get 1 minus 0.15x is 0.85x equals 17. Divide by 0.85. Like such, put that in your calculator, 17 divided by 0.85, and we're going to get the original price was $20. So let's work backwards. Don't forget your units. So we're going to work backwards a little bit. So say your dress costs $20 and you had a 15% discount. Wouldn't you take your original price minus 15% of your original price, and that would get your sale price, which should end up being $17. So please memorize this. Original price minus 15% of the original price is going to give you your sale price. The numbers are a lot bigger on the test. It's like a car. I think it says something like they're reducing a car by 18%. What was the original price of the car? So it's the same thing, except you're going to have like thousands of dollars instead of dealing with a dress. Okay, number 5, one more word problem, and then we should speed on a little bit, I guess. Let's just get a new board. All right, Number 5, it says to go to lesson 87, number 6. You can see I'm doing a lot of even problems here. Okay, the ages of the first 15 presidents at the time of their first inauguration are listed below. Let's see, that's kind of interesting. So this is number 5 on our sheet. It's lesson 87, and it's number 6. Nope. Lesson 87, number 6. Yes, I am right. Okay. So we have 57, 61. Okay, I'm not going to copy these all down like they have it. First thing I want to do, when you hit these problems of finding range, mode, median, etc. Let's get down there. Sorry. There we go. The answer is $20. Sorry, I forgot about this changing board thing. Could wipe you out. Now when you're doing, I'll just talk about this problem for a second. When you're doing the median, mode, mean, first thing you want to do is take all your numbers and put them in the correct order. So I don't want to put these numbers down and then put them in the right order. Okay, Karis, do you not get this particular problem, number 5? Is that the one you're talking about? Okay, so you're going to take your data set. I'm just going to write them down because this is kind of an important class, so let's not skip anything. 58. I just want to show you how I do this. 61, 54. Wish I had someone to read these numbers to me. 68, 51, 49, 64, 50. They're easy. 48. Hopefully I don't miss any, and 65. Okay, first thing I want to do is take your list of numbers, put them in order. What I do so that I don't miss any is I cross them out when I'm done. So let's start with all the ones in the 40s. We have a 48, a 49. Let's see, did we have any 50s? Yes, we have a 50. We have a 51. A 50, who's next? 54. Do you see how you cross these out? I found that on the test, some of you would get the wrong answers because you would miss one of them. 50, so we have a 57, a 57, and a 57, and a 57. 4 57s, wow, that's a popular age for a president. 57 and a 57. Okay, got all those. 61, 61. 61, 61. And then we have a 64. 65, whoops, I didn't leave enough room, and a 68. The second thing that I do to double check myself is I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, great, I missed one. I missed 58. So see how that, even crossing out didn't help me much. So I missed one, and that's why I double check like that, because you have to get these all. Okay, first question. Make a stem and leaf plot of the data provided. Okay, this is the part where Kara says she doesn't get. I don't know how the rest of you feel about this, but here we go. We're going to make our stem and leaf plot. Let me just see which ones is on the test. So on the test it says graph the numbers on a stem and leaf plot. It doesn't have you do a histogram. So stem and leaf plots are very simple. So here we go. We're going to take our stems. The stem is the first number. Yeah, and these numbers are very similar. They're just 2-digit numbers. So the stems are the first numbers. So what stems do we have? We have 4s. These are our 4s. We have 5s. These are the 5s, whoo, all the way down here. And then we have our 6s, and that's all these guys. We don't have any, is that a 68? We don't have any, we don't have any 7s. So there are our stems. Right, which lesson is this? Hold on. This is lesson 87. Okay, so they're the only stems we have. And then we draw ourselves a line. You can write up here stem. And then over here is going to be your leaves. So your leaves are just the next number. So we have an 8 and we have a 9, like that. And then we did those. Now we're going over these stems. We have a 0, we have a 1, a 4, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 7s, and we have an 8. And then we go to our 6s. We have a 1, a 1, a 4, a 5, and an 8 that won't seem to stay on our board. And that is how you do a stem and leaf plot. Karis, does that make sense to you? That's it. Yep. They sound scarier than they are, don't they? Okay. The next part of the problem on the test, it will say, determine the range, median, mode, and mean. Okay, not really in the mood to do these, but let's just start. If we're going to do the range, we just take the biggest number, so it's going to be 68 minus 48, and we get 20. The range, the next one is the median. That's the middle number. So remember there's 15 numbers, so it's going to be the 8th number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This would be the median, would be 57. It's the middle one. So I like to take my fingers at each end and just work my way until I hit the middle. I counted them, so I knew there was 15, so there has to be 7 on the left, 7 on the right, so the 8th number is your median. Your mode is the one that happens the most. We can see all these 7s. It's going to be 57. And then the median, or the mean, I'm not going to do this one just to save time, but just add up all the numbers, divide by 15. And the answer to that is actually going to be, if you want to try it yourself, it's going to be 57.13. So that's the average age of a president, the first ones. Okay. Did you guys get that copied down? I'll just leave that like that, and we go on the next one. Okay, lesson 89, number 16. Lesson 89, this is number 6. Number 16. I have all these books all over the place. I have the test book, I have an answer book, I have my book, I have the test paper. So, all right, lesson 89, number 16. All right, this is tell if it's a function. Another even problem. So they have a function like this, 5, 6. No, this isn't graphing yet, Karis. 7, that is coming though. Is that what you're talking about? This, you just have to tell whether it's a function. Okay, so what are your thoughts? Is that a function? Okay, Katora is saying no, it is not a function. Anyone else have a thought? If I were to write these as ordered pairs, 5 would go to 7, 6 would go to 8, 6 would go to 9. You cannot repeat your x value. So there can't be 2 things that come out of an x value. You can look at your ordered pairs and say, no, this is not a function because this x's repeat, or you can just look at your graph and see that 2 different things are coming out of your x value, which is illegal. So if you had a graph and you had an x value, you would have a something coming out here, or maybe something coming out here, and if you connected it, it would not be a function. It would fail the straight line test. So it's no, it's not a function. Okay, the next one. Here we have x, y, m. Whoa, they fell out of order here. And you have p and s. So that's going to that's going to that, and that's going to that. Is that a function or not? Can you guys give the thumbs up, thumbs down thing? Go on. All right, no one's going to disagree anymore, right? This is a function. It's okay for 2, as long as just one thing's coming out of here. Just one thing can come out of the x values. One thing's coming out, even though they're going to the same thing, that's perfectly legal. Okay, the next one. All right, they give you 2 graphs. So this is the vertical line test thing. So they're going to give you a graph that looks like this. Is that a function? Well, we try our vertical line test. So if you put a line down through and it doesn't hit 2 points, it only hits in one place. It's only hitting in one place right there. So yes, it is a function. Yes, okay. And there's another graph here. Let's do that graph real quick. All right, there we go. And we have a graph like this. Ooh. All right, Karis already said no. It fails the vertical line test. So if you take a vertical line through it, it hits in 2 points. It's going to hit there and there, so that's very bad because that means x has 2 values. See, here's x. It has this value and it has this value, which is very bad. Okay, on the test, there's actually a set of ordered pairs that will look something like this. It'll look something like this, 2, 5, whoops, put parentheses around these, 3, 7, and 2, 6. Is that a function or not? Okay, no, because these values are repeating. So it's not a function. It's kind of like what we just saw up here. If the x values repeat, it means it has 2 different y values. It's no, it's not a function. Okay, everyone should get that one right on the test as well. Okay, next one gets tricky. I'm switching boards. Otherwise, it starts moving on me. Okay, we are all ready. We're going kind of slowly here. This is number 7, lesson 89, and it's number 9. So find that in the book. Lesson 89. Oh, wow, at least it's on the same page. No, it's not. Lesson 89.9. Actually, that's a typo. It should be lesson 88.9. I need to go fix that. Lesson 88, number 9. All right. Lesson 88, number 9 is solved by factoring. The one on the test looks very much like this one, which is x squared equals 25. Now, you're going to have a lesson on Wednesday where you learn to solve this kind of problem a different way, but this is specifically by factoring. I found a video of some school doing this lesson, so I just let them do it. Hold on one sec. Okay, now when you're going to solve by factoring, I think this is kind of a tricky thing. This is quadratic. It's a quadratic equation. So that means you can tell it's quadratic because the exponent is 2. So you have to set it equal to 0. Now this is kind of newer. You guys haven't asked questions about this one in class, but I know in the past people have problems with this. So you can't hear anything? Oops. Sorry, I turned off my mic to cough. I probably coughed and didn't turn off my mic. Huh. Okay. All right, am I back? I have a cough and I don't want to cough into my microphone. All right, at least you could see what I wrote. This is a quadratic equation because it's second degree. And anytime it's quadratic and you have to solve it, you have to set it equal to 0. And I was just talking on and on about how this is typically tough for people, even though you guys haven't asked a lot of questions about it. So we are going to set it equal to 0, which means we're going to jump that across the magic equal sign. It becomes negative 25. You're really subtracting from both sides. And how do we do these? This is called a difference of 2 squares because you have a perfect square here, a perfect square here. So you factor this. These are easy factorings, I call them, as long as you recognize that they're a difference of 2 squares. So it's x minus 5, x plus 5. You're multiplying 2 things together, so one of them has to be a 0. So either x minus 5 has to be 0 or x plus 5 equals 0. Got ahead of myself there. So you get two answers. We're adding 5 to both sides, so we get x equals 5 and x equals negative 5. Then you should check them. Look, duh, you can do this. You can do this problem very easily in your head. Like, what squared is 25? Well, 5 squared is 25, and negative 5 squared is 25. But I need to see all this work. Don't just give me the answers. All right, or you're not going to get credit for the problem. Make sure you factor it. Okay, next one's the same type of problem, but it's not a difference of two squares. So let's look at that. That is lesson 89, number 11. I think we have to move a little faster. Okay, oh, this is the same thing. Okay, maybe I did mean that. Lesson 89, number 11. Hold, let me check the test. All right, I'm going to call audible on this one and change the problem because I'm looking at the test and I want it to be just like the test. So let's go with number 13 instead. So it looks like x squared equals 12x minus 32. So again, it's quadratic, so bring everything to the left. So we're going to get x squared minus 12x plus 32 equals 0. Now it's a factoring problem. So we're going to factor it. So you get x and x. So I'm going with, they're both going to be the same because it's plus. So they're both going to be negative. So it's going to be negative, negative, 8, and 4. And you set those equal to 0. X minus 8 equals 0. X minus 4 equals 0. And this session's recorded, so if you don't get any of these, you can go back and watch them. So you get x equals 8 and x equals 4. Do you guys like those? Anybody? Everyone get them? All right, how about Leah? How do you feel about these? Okay. Okay, onward. Good, Darren. All right, let's go to another page. We are on now, oh boy, we're only on number 9. Lesson 89, number 15. Oh, at least it's on the same one. This is, I call these the mother equations. I don't know what else to call these. These are actually distance problems before they had words. All right, time t, rate m equals 20, rate, whoops, there's no distance problems on the test. Rate t equals 55, tm plus tt equals 7, find tm and tt. Okay, I say this is, I call this the mother equation because you want to put it in here. Everything you just want to substitute in. So these are just like your distance problems. So, except they're already done for you. So Rm is 20, so put that in. Now Tm, we don't know what that is because we have to solve this for Tm. So we're going to say Tm equals 7 minus Tt. So Tm is 7 minus Tt now. Plus 10 equals rate T is 55. Now Tt is the variable we decided to keep. So he's allowed just to be himself, Tt. All right, and then you solve it. So you get 140 minus 20 Tt plus 10 equals 55 Tt. Tt is kind of fun to say. So we get 150, and then I'm going to add 20 TTs to both sides, 20 TTs. Okay, I hope this all works out for us. So we get 75 TTs, divide by 75. Okay, all right, see, I guess she already left. I missed her note. She's good to go. All right, so we get TT equals 2, and TM, you go up here and you put TT in since it's 2. 7 minus 2 is 5. Now, that's it. You don't need to put rates per hour or anything because it didn't come with it. All right, onward, number 10. I'm going to speed up a little. Slow me down if you get stuck. Instead of me asking how you're doing, if you don't get it, let me know. I try to read the things on the side a little bit. 10 is less than 87. Number 9. At least you guys can like eat breakfast and things while you watch, because your microphones are off. Less than 87, number 9. All right, so it's a division problem, so it's x cubed minus 2x squared plus 4 divided by x plus 2. All right. Coleman, you're going to tell me you're leaving too? So you get x cubed. You have to put your oxes in. Not yet though. I'm doing the study sheet right now. You can either be copying it down or you can do it later on your own. So, oh, you mean, no, you're supposed to just watch me. Watch me do these. I think that's what you mean. Okay, so 3x squared minus 2x squared plus 0x's plus 4 divided by x plus 2. So if you don't understand anything I'm doing while you're watching, stop me. So here we go. We say x squared times x is x cubed. X squared times 2 is 2x squared. We're going to change our signs and add. So we get negative 4x squared. Be careful with changing your signs. Bring down the 0x. Now we need what times x is negative 4x squared to be negative 4x. So we get negative 4x squared. Tell me if I make a mistake because I'm going really fast. Minus 8x. So we get plus 8x. We're going to bring down that 4. And we start all over. So we get plus 8. 8 times x is 8x. 8 times 2 is 16. Change your signs and you add and you get negative 12. So you just take your remainder, you put it up here, negative 12 over x plus 2. Any questions on that? I at least have to ask you questions every once in a while so I know somebody's paying attention. Did you get that long division problem? Okay, good. You're still here. Thanks for staying with me all this time. All right, let's do one more on this board. So we are on another long division problem. I think I'm going to skip that one. Try that one yourself. Lesson 87, number 10. It's the same thing. It's just a little bit longer. So we're pretty good at those. All right, let's go to number 12. You definitely need help with this one, I'm afraid. Number 12, lesson 84. Number 11. I'll leave one there for you to try on your own, I guess. Maybe we can look at both of these. Lesson 84, number 11. Okay, obviously I can't draw this graph, but here's the graph. All right, there's a shape, and it's going to start at, look where it starts on the x-axis. It's going to start at negative 4. Where's it going to end on the y-axis? It's going to end at 4. So we have a shape that fits in between those points. Okay, and it's going to go up to, the highest point is going to be, looks like 2 on the y-axis. 2. And the lowest point looks like it's going to 1, negative 1 down here. Okay, and then it just does craziness. So it starts right here, and then it's just going to do some little thingies like this, and go up there, and come do things like that, and come down there, and do like that. Okay, you're supposed to tell the range and domain. Okay, the domain is the x values, where the x goes. So the x goes from negative 4 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 4. So that's your domain. Just call it D. We're not going to do the notation or anything. I just want you to get the point. It's the x values. X values. Now the range is the y values. So it's going to be, the range goes from negative 1, that's the lowest, even though mine didn't really hit it. It should have hit down here. Okay. So the range is your y value. So it starts, the lowest is negative 1 and the highest is 2. So for your range, you're just going to write negative 1 is less than or equal to y is less than or equal to 2. Okay, Is that -4 turned into +4? No, it's right here. -4 is right there. So this is domain is just where it goes on the x-axis. For problem 10, which one are you talking about? For problem 10, is that a negative? You're back on problem 10, Darren? Hold on, I got to go back up there. Is that -4 turned into +4? I don't know which one you're talking about. So there's the -4. Sorry, I can't get my pointer. For that one, well, I added a -2x and a -2x and got a -4x. And so then I took a -4x times an x and got a -4x. Whenever I circle it, it means I changed it. So I brought this down, that's a +4. So, all right. You can email me that if you have trouble with that problem. All right. Let's go on. We're going to be here all day, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Okay, let's go. There's another one with this, and since this is a problem, I put 2 of them. Lesson 83, number 11. Just look at that one really quickly. This one's probably more like the one on the test anyway. Get my pencil back. Okay, I can't get my pencil back. Hold on. It won't let me let go of this arrow. Yikes. Hold on a second. Got big problems here. My arrow won't go away. Help. These poor people watching this video. It's probably killing them. Okay. The only thing I can think is I might have to leave and come back. Something happened. Okay. Now I have this big blob. It's letting me do smiley faces. Well, that's good. It just won't let me get a pencil. Okay, I'm going to leave real quick and come back, so hold on. It won't let me leave either. I'm having all kinds of problems with my computer today. I can just draw everything with smiley faces. Hold on, everybody. Talk quietly amongst yourself. I don't think I'm going to get any more arrow things anymore. I might have to force quit my computer to make this work. Okay. Hold on, I'll be back in a minute. All right. All right, I'm back, and hopefully I have my writing tool now. Yes, okay. All right, new whiteboard before we start this new problem. All right, problems, complications. Okay, here we go. I can't be using that color though. All right, so this next one we're going to do, I shouldn't do that. I hate to do something else and gets jammed, but let's do some straight lines. Okay, you have another shape, and it looks like it goes down to a -3 on both sides. 1, 2, 3, -3, and it runs from -4 to +4 again. They like those numbers, -4, +4. So it's a shape like this, some sort of curve. Whoops, I went too low. That should only go down to 3, like that, to the -3. Okay, so you're supposed to find the domain. So it's going to go from -4 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 4. and the range is going to be the highest point, which I'm just going to put as 3. So your range is from -3 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 3. So this is your domain, this is your range. All right, we got to keep moving. I'm going to really ruin your day here. Lesson 84, number 12. So this is number 13. Lesson 84, number 12. Okay, solve by graphing. Oh no, you have to find the equation of the lines. Yikes. Okay, look at your book. I'm not going to draw this one. Let's just do it. Let's do the easy one first. A. There's not a lot of graphing, I don't think. So you're supposed to find A. It's going across the y-axis at 2, 3, 4. So A is just y equals 4. All right, that's your easy one. When you have a diagonal line, start with y equals mx plus b. First thing we're going to do is find b. B, it crosses the y-axis at -2. So you'd put -2 for b. This is where it crosses y-axis. Okay, now the only thing you have to find is the slope.
Doesn't it cross the 0?
Are you looking at number 12 on lesson 84?
Yeah.
Okay, look at 84, number 12. You guys see it? So you have, it was fun talking to you for a minute. All right, so here's the graph. Let's just get this a little bit. So it's going to cross at -2. Now find another point where it crosses. So we have it crossing there, and we also have it crossing at 0, -1. So it's going to cross right here too if you look at your graph. I'm going to try to connect these things. Try is the operative word. All right, there's your line. All right, now you find yourself 2 points as clearly as you can, and then you just count your slope. We're going to rise up here 2, and we're going to run -1. So we're going to rise 2, run -1, and that is the answer. These are scary, but they're not that hard. So you find where the B is where it crosses the y-axis, which is right there, and then you go from one point to the other point, you rise and run. The thing is, you have to locate, there's these grid lines going on your papers, and so you have to see where the line crosses a grid line. So that would be your point right there that you'd use. And here it's real clear on this one. And the one on your test, it's very clear on the one on your test too. Just find where it crosses the x-axis and where it crosses the y-axis and count your rise over run. All right, onward, number 14. 14, hopefully the rest go faster. Scientific notation, that's not going to be fast. Lesson 92, number 19. 92:19. Hopefully YouTube lets me put this one up. It's a long video. I never do one this long. Lesson 92:19. All right, simplify. So you have 0.00030 times 10 to the -18 all over 5,000 times 10 to the -14, and then it's 300 times 10 to the 5th. All right, so we want to get in scientific notation, so the decimal point is here. We move it over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We moved it 5 places to the right. So if you're moving to the right, we're going to subtract 5. So it's going to be 3.0 times 10 to the -23. We're going to do the same in the denominator. This time we're moving it to the left. 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be 5.0 times 10. This time we're going to add 3 to -14 and get -11. All right, and this one needs to go 1, 2 places to the right again, so we're going to add 2 this time. So we're going to get 3.0 times 10 to the, oops, hold on, I have to lengthen the class. So it's going to be times 10 to the 7th. All right, now we're going to leave the numerator the same, just for ease. In the denominator, we're going to multiply your 5 times your 3, and we're going to get 15 times 10. You add your exponents because the bases are the same, so you get negative 3. And then, now we're going to divide these. We're going to put it in the denominator. 3 goes into 15 5 times, and we're going to move this down here, so we're going to add 23. I don't know why I'm doing it like this. So we're going to get 10 to the 20th. And I'm just going to leave it like that. So it's in scientific notation. I don't know if that's legal or not, actually. Lesson 92, number 19. Whoops, how'd they get 2? I got a different answer, darn. 92, 19. Does anyone see where I made a mistake? 15. Oh, I know what it is. Okay, forget it. You can't leave it like this. So this is 1/5. It's the same thing as 0.2 times 10 to the negative 20. We're good. No, everything was okay. Now, is it 1.5? 3 divided into 15. No, that should work because 3 times 5 is 15, and so 3 goes into 15. Okay, now we have to move it over 2 places, so we get 220 times 10. We moved it to the right, so we subtract 2 to the negative 22. All right, so there we go. All right, let's keep going. Number 15. 15, solve an equation with fractions. Lesson 15. We might start skipping some of these because they're not as hard. 92, number 22. Let me just show you the trick part of this. 4 plus x, my voice is going, over 7 equals 5. Okay, this one is fractions, so we want to multiply everything by 15. So, by 35. So you multiply this by 35. Let me just do it the Algebra 1 way. Sorry. Okay, multiply this by 35. And see, here you need parentheses. If you forget your parentheses, you're going to get the wrong answer because it's a binomial, times 35. So you're going to get 5 goes into 35 7 times, so you get 7x, minus 5 goes into 35 5 times. So you get, now here's the trick, negative 20. Here's the negative. So you're going to take the negative 5 times 20, and you're going to get negative 5x equals whatever that equals. I think it's 135 times 5 is 175. And then you guys can solve it from there. But here's the thing, don't forget to distribute the negative sign through or you're going to get the wrong answer. Okay, number 16. Sorry, I'm in speed mode now. Lesson 86, number 22, and I'll probably make 100 mistakes. Factor completely. 86. 22. I should have went faster in the beginning, but they were the harder problems. Okay, this one's pretty easy. Ax squared plus 4ax plus 4a. At least you won't have to do math today because this will take care of it. So x squared, you take out an a, plus 4x plus 4. So this one you want to factor something out first. When it says factor completely, you have a good idea that there's going to be 2 steps to this problem. So you're going to get x plus 2, and that's it. All right, that should be pretty easy on the test. Just make sure you take out the common monomial factor first. All right, I need a new board. No. Okay. Hold on, make it black. Okay, we are on number 17, which could be a problem child. So 17, lesson 17, number 26. Lesson 17? I don't think that can be right. Let me see if it's less than 87. I did these late last night. 17. Yes, this shouldn't be less than 17. We're going to have to tell Katora that. Less than 17, less than 70, 87. Okay, so find that place, less than 87, number 26. No, that's wrong. Ah! It's less than 87, and it's problem 18. This isn't the one I had. I had a perfect problem too. I don't know how it ended up typing that way. Well, it's probably a 26 somewhere. Oh well, let's just stick with this one. The one on the test is actually easier than this one. So what do I have? Less than 87. Sorry guys. Number 18. Solve by graphing. So it has 3x minus y equals 8. X plus 2y. No, that's not solved by graphing. Let's just come back to this one. Let's go to, let's see, I'm wiping my hands free of that one. You do need help on that, but I'm going to come back to it. Okay, let's do less than 28. Number 28. I hope the rest are right. Now I'm getting worried. Less than 28. So I was jumping all over this book last night. Less than 28, number 28. Um, 28, 28. No, that's not right either. Let's go to number 19. I'm going to have to just email you the right ones. Okay, lesson 40, let's do lesson 46. I'm glad I just didn't give this to you. Okay, this one's a good one. Find the area of a trapezoid. So you have a trapezoid here, like this. Okay, and you have sides 10. This should be easy for you. 13 and 8. So you want to find the area of the base times height. The formula is 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. If you just know that formula, you'll have no problem with these. So the area is 1/2, base 1 is 10, base 2 is 13, and your height is 8. So you just multiply all these together. So 2 goes into 8 4 times. I like to do it like that. So you get area equals 23 times 4, and you just put that in your calculator. 23 times 4 is 92, and you have to have units or else you miss a point. So the units were in feet, so you'd say feet squared. Okay, and the last one on the paper before I go backwards is finding the area of a cone, so a circular cone. So go to lesson 87, number 30. The worst thing is you never do number 30s because they're even, so you might not have seen these before. Lesson 87, number 30. All right, do you see the circular cone thing? Obviously I can't draw them, but especially on here. Okay, you have a circular cone, and you have to find the area of it. Coleman is typing, it says to me. Okay, so you have the height is 6, and this is the radius is 8. This is a formula. I'm going to put this formula on your test. So you get volume. The test will give us the formula for these. Yes, I will. So it's going to be 1/3 pi r squared. The last two should be the easiest one on the whole test because I'm going to be giving you the formula. So you just do the volume equals 1/3 pi. You're just going to use your calculator for that. R is going to be 8 squared times 6. So you just plop all that in your calculator and an answer will come out. Let me just get the answer for you. Lesson 87, number 30, because it's an even. It's 128 pi feet cubed, because this is going to be, when you do volume, it's always going to be cubed. So it's 128 pi feet cubed. You can just leave pi in the answer. It's easier for me to check it if you do that anyway. So you just multiply all those numbers together. You would just basically take this and divide it by 3. So it's going to be 64 times 3 is 120. That doesn't add up, turn into 128 at all. Doesn't now. Lesson 87, number 30. 128 pi feet cubed. All right. Oh, this should have been a 2. Yeah. Okay, and so it's going to be 128. And make sure you put your units, so the units are feet, so it's going to be feet cubed. That's what I meant to put here. I can't do anything fast. I just make too many mistakes. So that's your answer to that. Okay, real quick, I want to show you how to do the graph of a line. So this would be solved by graphing lesson. It's number 17. I don't know what I meant to put there, but I'm going to go back and fix these. Okay, here it is. We're going to go to lesson 94, and it's going to be number 20. And we'll close with this one. So, solve by graphing it. Y equals 2x minus 4, y equals negative x plus 2. This is a solve by graphing, so let's get my graph paper up here. Hopefully that's enough space. And let's put our axes on. So we get our axes right here and right here. All right, so we're going to solve these guys by graphing. Let's call this one A, this one B. So our y-intercept, remember we talk about y equals mx plus b? Our y-intercept is going to be, for line A, the y-intercept is going to be negative 4. So we go, let's do these in different colors. So we're going to go to negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and put a point. Okay, you go up here and you make it over 1. So you start at the orange point, you rise 1, rise 2, rising 2, and over 1. Like that. And that's your first line. Okay, so that's A. This is line A, is in orange. A is in orange. So I'm just going to connect them. I don't know how to make different color lines. I wish I could. That would be kind of fun. Okay, and you connect them. That would be, it's really hard for me to get those through 2 points. And so that's going to be that line, line orange. You're in lesson 93. Oh my goodness. You're right. Everybody, go to lesson 93. I should have quit like 10 minutes ago. All right, there you go. It crosses through this point. Let everyone get there. 93, number 21. I don't even think I want to put this guy on YouTube. Okay, now let's go to the next line. We'll go to B. We'll change the color. We'll make it red. So B is going to be, the y-intercept on B is going to be 2. This is your y-intercept. It's your B. This is your B. This is your y-intercept. So we're going to go up and we're going to put a point on 2. And then our slope is negative 1 over 1. So our slope for line red is negative 1 over 1. So you start at the red point. You go down 1 and to the right 1. Like that. And then we take our line and we connect them. Now I'm not going to get a perfect connection because I didn't hit the points perfectly. All right. But you might not get a perfect connection either, but the whole point is that you graph the lines correctly. Okay, we're going to see where they intersect. I'm just going to take a big guess because they're not going to be integers. They're not going to be fractions. So we're getting 1, 2, 0. So our intersection point is 2, 0. And that's how you solve them, by graphing. If I were to put them in here, it actually works. 2 times 2 is 4 minus 4 gives us 0. If I put a 2 in here, -2 plus 2 gives us 0. So these points actually do work. Did you guys have any questions on that? Okay, I'll let you go. I have to fix the study guide, so when you look at it again, it should be fixed. All right, Karis is out of here. So sorry if it took so long. So hopefully that helped you and you'll do really well on the test. I'll send the test to your parents tomorrow or tonight. All right, see you guys. Bye-bye.